First arrived in New York, we met at the New York headquarters with Major George Hood, and we were all there waiting for our orders on what we were going to be assigned to there in New York. And I had actually traveled there with 5 other Hoosiers, Salvation Army officers and volunteers. And when we arrived, they briefed us on what we would all be doing. And that's when I learned that I was stationed at the medical examiner's office, working with the morgue, and I would serve as a chaplain and provide food service and spiritual and emotional care for medical staff, firemen, policemen, and others that were serving at that location. We provided drink, food, and shelter for those that were devastated. And then along with those immediate needs, we provided that emotional and pastoral care for those that were asking for that kind of support. My first hour on the job in New York at the medical examiner's office, we received word from Ground Zero that they were bringing a fireman home. And so from Ground Zero, immediately we could hear the sirens going off, and the line of the firemen were gathering together with the police escort to bring the hero home. I think one of our greatest opportunities for service and impact with the Salvation Army was that we were able to provide that nourishment. And so when people came to us, we created an environment for them to actually just take a moment to step away from the stuff that they were having to deal with. And everybody was working 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week. There were no breaks, so folks were tired. So our little lean-to off the side of the hospital, that was a place that they could come just to get away. And what we did there is I wrote back to some friends here in Indiana, and I had friends teaching at Traders Point Christian Church, and Lori Teets, one of the teachers there, was one of my main contacts. And she got all the kids together, and they wrote letters and photos and banners and posters and sent them to us, and we covered the walls of that lean-to with all these beautiful letters from children. And the children would put their name on there and their age and where they were from. And all of the rescue workers would just go and look at those, and we changed them almost every day. So there's always new letters, and they're like, oh, can I have this letter? I have a child, a little girl who's 6. And they would want to keep that letter of encouragement. Because what the children did, it wasn't about the devastation. With the children, it was about the recovery. And the children would grow flowers out of the rubble. And it was a renewal. And that's what helped bring healing to those that were hurting. The adults that were hurting, these little children, were bringing such comfort to. The thing that I would want people to remember is that out of great travesty, good can come. And when I saw organizations like the Salvation Army coming together to help, when I saw all the volunteers coming in from all over the country to help with the recovery process, you saw the beautiful side of humanity, and that gives you hope.